Welcome to our Language Cert Young Learners ESOL exams. This presentation aims at sharing with you useful tips that should help prepare your learners for their FOX listening exam. First of all, a brief reminder of its key features and samples of all parts of the listening exam. The listening exam consists of 3 parts, all heard twice. There are 15 items in total, and candidates are awarded 1 mark per correct response. In terms of question types, candidates are required to answer multiple choice questions with 3 options provided each time, as well as matching questions and gap-filling questions. The overall duration of the listening exam is approximately 10 minutes. Part 1 consists of 5 multiple choice items, such as the item on this slide, and asks the candidate to look at the pictures provided and tick the one referred to each time. An example is provided to guide the candidate. Part 2 requires the candidate to listen to 5 statements and to draw a line to match a visual to a name. An extra distractor is provided, so there will be 6 visuals to choose from to match with the 5 names given. An example is also provided here. Part 3 requires the candidate to read 5 questions, listen to 5 statements, and answer the questions with a name or a number. 2 examples are provided here. This third part concludes the listening section of the exam. And now, a few tips for teachers that should help prepare candidates for their FOSS listening exam. While practicing in class and before you play the recording of Part 1, give learners enough time to look at the pictures provided, predict what they are about to hear, and also remember the related vocabulary. You might need to remind them that they will have to tick only one of the options provided, as only one is correct. Now, in case they ticked 2 pictures by mistake, they need to thoroughly rub out any wrong answer. Before you play Part 2, ensure your learners know what is expected of them. In Part 2, they simply need to draw a line to link a picture to a name. Ask them to carefully look at the given names and try to figure out how these names are pronounced. Ensure they know the vocabulary related to what they're about to hear. For example, vocabulary related to objects, clothes, activities. Remind them that one of the 7 pictures acts as a distractor and will not be used. Before learners tackle Part 3, you may need to inform learners about what this task asks them to do. Here, they simply need to write a name or a number. Also, remind them that the picture provided may help them predict what they are about to hear. Make sure they are provided with sufficient practice in the letters of the alphabet, as they will be asked to spell out the name of a person, place, etc. Tell them that if they are asked to write numbers, they can write them as simple digits and not words. And now, a few more tips for teachers. Whenever required, introduce an activity before getting into it. This will help learners feel even more confident. prior to their exam. Make sure they're aware of the different parts of the listening exam. Also, remind them that in part 3, they are asked to produce single-word answers and need to pay attention to the question stem, which will guide them. While aiming at their listening skills development, try to provide as much visual support as you can. This will greatly facilitate your task. Ensure that the expected question types, for example, WH questions, how questions, have been sufficiently practiced in class. Foster a supportive atmosphere in class where they can feel comfortable to speak, and encourage them to see mistakes as a natural part of learning the language. Lastly, while preparing your learners for their exam, praise them and encourage them. We hope that these tips will prove useful while you are training your learners. Don't forget to also refer to the support material we have created for you and for your learners. Thank you.